For me, it's being able to be home with my kiddos. Been self-employed for 37 years, working for myself, and then helping other people realize that, you know what, that's the dream. That's honestly the American dream. Don't you think we actually kind of lost that somewhere? Like my grandfather, he worked for himself. He was a farmer and he literally knew how to run a farm, you know? And in fact, I'm going to be going back to see that in about a month. And so I'm excited about that, go back to my heritage. Welcome, everybody. Again, my name's Tammy. We're here with my son, the fearless Rob, and my fearless crew. We're recording this tonight. It is August 11th. I can't believe how fast this year's going. I don't know about everybody else, but it seems like it's just like this. Summer's almost ended. Of course, it's always hot out here, out west. We moved actually out west in 2019. I decided to get away from that cold weather, that Western New York weather, and I just moved out west. In fact, I used my home-based business to get us out west. Isn't that cool? So the beautiful part about this home-based business is you can take it anywhere. You can work it from your phone, your laptop, you can advertise wherever you want to advertise, but we're going to show you guys the system that can put, 200, 500, 1,000 or $2,000 in your pocket, and you can use it for any opportunity. So if you're like a typical affiliate marketer and you have multiple streams of income, I have balloons going on in the background. What is up with that? Did you see that? What did I do? I touched something. I had balloons like celebration in the background. I don't know. It was on my end. Did you guys see that? No? You did? Yeah. Okay. Someone's playing tricks. You saw it. Rob's doing it.
No,
Okay.
you must have clicked something because it's on the Mac.
Did I?
Yeah, there's the let go.
Oh, okay. It's on there. That's funny. I just was like, all of a sudden, balloons. Like, has anyone ever gone up in a hot air balloon, by the way? I'm just curious. Have you, Donna? Donna has. It's really cool, isn't it? When you go up in a hot air balloon, it's like you're literally floating, and it's like you have like, it's scary. It's a little scary, but I'll never forget. I just have to say this. It just reminded me of that, a hot air balloon. And it's like, was that freedom? I don't know, because I was really, really scared. And I am nicknamed the fearless mama online. I actually am fearful of some things. I'm fearful of going to a 9 to 5. I can't even imagine it. In fact, that's why I push myself every single day, is because I can't imagine having to work for someone else. So anyway, on our 5th anniversary, Bob took me on a hot air balloon. And I was worried because I had to leave Rob at home. And I was like, what's going to happen? And this and that. Did you know that most of the time we're actually worried about stuff that will never happen? We're literally worried about stuff that will never even happen. So tonight, let's just stop the grasshopper mind and let's just focus. And then we're going to show people how we've literally been able to stay with the system for 6 years, make millions and millions of dollars, and help other people do so. And it's with a simple system. So we're going to get started again. I love these Zooms. We do them every single Monday. I send out emails to the members just to remind you. A couple weeks we took some breaks, you know what I mean, in the summer, but we just want to let everybody know that you can typically always find us here Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So, why did I form Get Fearless Freedom again? So I had the time freedom so I could do what I want when I want to do it. Honestly, that's it. Bottom line. So you can come to these Zooms. These are optional. Tomorrow night, as a bonus, whoever starts tonight, we have a quick start training tomorrow night. I'm going to show everybody detailed step-by-step. Make sure your campaign's set up for the 10K challenge tomorrow night. I'm going to look at what you're doing. Have you ever had anyone do that? Have you ever had anyone literally look at what you're doing on a day-to-day basis? Because if you're not driving traffic and you're not advertising, I've been advertising for 37 years. I advertised for my husband's mortgage broker business. When we had our mortgage broker office, we had 22 employees that used to work for us. When we had our real estate business, I used to advertise. I used to hang up those cheap, ugly signs around. You guys seen those before? I used to help him flip properties. And my son here has helped us do these businesses. So he knows a lot about advertising. He knows a lot what works and what don't work. So he's been trained by me, and now he also does a lot of the tech setup. So you never have to worry about ever setting up anything. My son actually does it. So we're going to welcome another Zoom user. If you can just say your name, that would be great, just because this is a private Zoom and I like to know who's on here. All right, Rob, I'm going to pass it to you. Your mom's going to zip it, and I'm going to let you do the presentation.
That's awesome. All right. So yeah, thanks for being on, everyone. Taking time out of your Monday night. Time zones are different throughout the night here. We have what 8 p.m. on the Eastern Coast. We have 5 p.m. here on the West Coast. So thanks for being on. It's really good to have everyone on. And also, if you're tuning in, as a replayer, that's awesome too. It's well worth watching this as a replay. And it's also an open Zoom platform so you can invite your people. So we make this every Monday at 8 p.m., where it's like a podcast kind of Zoom overview, where you can have that free ability where you can promote this business. So, I definitely encourage it, just like Mary Beth did, and many others tonight invited people. And thanks for being on. And very cool. This is actually going to be a very fun Zoom. This is not your Zoom where it gets boring and it just, oh my gosh, when's this guy gonna shut up? No, we make this very fun, very entertaining, and then we have a vision going forward. How are we gonna change your life? So here we go. The show begins. So, like Mom said, the grasshopper method, right? A lot of times we get on Zooms and we have this grasshopper thoughts, right? We have where we're like, okay, oh, there's that. Oh, there's that. And before you know it, you don't even know where you started or began or really attempted to try to change your life. And we have that issue, right? Us as humans. So what I encourage everyone, and we have a very simple model, is you get back right to your referring partner today. So you're going to get right back to who invited you as a replay, a live viewer, etc. You are going to get back to them. All right. So lights, camera, action. Welcome, welcome in. This is Get Fearless Freedom. So what's really cool is we actually are a family that built this entire system. So it's not like you see, maybe some guy, some guru, and saying, "Hey, this is my system," blah blah blah. It actually was built with my mom and I. So this is actually a mother and son business that's been expanding businesses that you've never even heard of. You may have seen them having success online, but guess what? They're actually using our system, and it's been trusted by top marketers and leaders worldwide. So it's really cool. This is the first time maybe you've heard us. That's what we do. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, right? Chaos, right? And our minds, right, are grasshoppers. We look to what is going on. And you know what? Here, you're in a safe zone. You're in a bubble. You are in a moment where you can actually shine, you can ask questions, and you also can make money, right? And so here we know that things are going crazy. There always is, Ben, right? But we are a community that are the hope. We are the community that wants to help you win. And so in here, in this little world, this bubble, this Zoom tonight, we are bringing the peace. We're bringing the love. We're bringing the transparency of a company that we are saying, what is your legacy going to be? What are we bringing? What are you bringing? What are we all bringing to this world? And what is our legacy going to be? Right? The choice is yours. And so what we said is, here we are to save the day, right? A little bulldog right there. So I wanted to add that cute little guy, right? But let's write ourselves a check. We're all looking for money, every one of us. We all need money. But the thing is how can we plug into a system that will make us money? And so we created a seven-figure business in a box. And this is something that you may have never, ever like, what? This is crazy. I gotta wipe my eyes. Is this true? Is this gotta pinch myself? But we actually created a business in a box that actually has the bulletin points of the modern times of where you need to win. And so mom actually has built this on her foundation and my knowledge and every single bits that we have actually covered that you're going to be like, okay, this is pretty cool. So What we do is we've said we are like no company. There's no other company like us. And you're actually going to see that is why we stand on that right there. We're willing to build the foundation on those words right there because that is really the actual foundation we're on. And you know what? We can always go back in after our Zooms, right? We can always go back in and say, you know what? I just jumped off and I'm just going to go back to the rat race. Well, that's your choice, certainly, right? But my choice actually began in 2017. I quit my job at Verizon and I actually have been full-time online since in 2017. So I quit my job. I rolled the roller coaster of my mom's online marketing success and her blueprints, right? And I said, Mom, how can I tap in? How can I actually do what you're doing? How can I get the millions and the actual beautiful master resale rights of the stuff that you create? How can we do that? So I said, Mom, well, we're going to create something. We're going to create Get Fearless Freedom. We're going to start writing checks for people. We're actually going to have people win with our system. And we are going to keep the American, the Canadian, the Mexican, the worldwide dream. I added Canada because Chris is up there. Hey, Chris. So, yes, Canadian dream, right? American dream. We all have that dream, but we have to make that choice, right? We're getting off the fence and we're not going to be like these guys because last I checked, I actually am really afraid of heights. I'm not afraid of airplanes, but I'm afraid of heights. Like physically looking down, I can't do that. But airplanes, you shoot me up to the stars, I don't care. But it's always something about that, right? So Fearless Son, yes, does have some fears himself, but we have some rules of the house, and it's very simple. We're a very respectful community. We have a raise, mute your hand, sorry, mute, and then raise your hand. And we're focusing on growth, and we're very respectful, everyone. So just like anything, if you don't see one of these on a Zoom, you want to click off and run because people that actually say, hey, I'm going to guarantee you daily pay, or I'm going to guarantee you this or that or this, you want to run because anything, there's always going to be, there's a variable in it, the desire, the dedication, the background, the motivation. I sat on this business for 1 whole year and didn't do a thing. Not this, guys, not this business. One actually back in 2018. I went on savings, I lived on savings, and I finally launched Get Fearless in 2019 with my mama. So, yes, guys, it definitely matters, right? We have always this success at the palm of our hand. So, that is what I wanted to say. We have this really cool system. I'm going to skip through a little bit because I do like to get to the main part of the show, but we actually have really done something pretty cool. So, it's really ads like this that have actually made this entire system really explained even on the quickness. Like if they see it, an ad, this really explains it actually, even with our 7-minute video. So you're here for a reason. Obviously, we have something really cool. And what is it, right? What is the actual real breakdown? Well, it's a system that you actually can simply advertise and we take care of all the rest, the actual background, the techiness, the ability to close your own sales. You know, there's a lot of other systems where you're like, oh, great, I'm now an online marketer, right? And then you find that you now have to do the emails, you have to do the follow-up, you have to constantly talk in Messenger, all of that. That's where the difference sets us apart. We actually close the sales that you bring to us. How freaking cool is that? So, just like you reading newspapers and ads and online articles, we said, what happens if you don't advertise, right? What happens if you don't invite and advertise? Nothing, right? Nothing. Zero happens to your business. But what happens if you take a part of our awesome system? Well, it's actually quite awesome. You actually have the ability to get your brand awareness, the actual ability to have our system even flexible, actually have a flexibility to actually even help your existing offer as well. So if you have an MLM, you have some product like Forex or whatever you have, something that you really are passionate about, guess what? We can actually help you with our system as well. So this is what's really cool. We built it, with a business in box in mind. We said, I am tired. Mom and I both said we are tired of the kryptonite of the industry. I feel like I can't make the money, but yet there actually is abundance of money actually flowing like a tree leaf, into the wind. So there's a ton of that because guess what? When you present to someone that you actually have the techiness taken care of, the traffic, the training, all on easy mode with a plug and play money system, and done for you co-op campaigns are a new thing that we just added, where you have a campaign of your marketing choice of your funnel, and you click it and you add where you want to add traffic to it. It's just like that. Mom will cover it in a bit, but this is also why you're on here because you're going to learn top secret stuff. So Mom actually really does talk about this often in her actual presentations as well, but we actually created something pretty cool with that core, right? The foundation of those two. So what the thing was is we knew that the questions will pop up, right? We all know it. You're on the Zoom for it. You're here to learn. You're here to get your questions answered. So we said we want you to see we close your sales. We actually have setup services and bonuses available. So when you get in, you actually can get a white glove service built right into your actual level that you joined tonight. You actually have done for you email marketing right at any level. You have done for you social media images right actually when you join. You have it right in the welcome email. And we also have that callback, your lead process, and much more. Again, you're going to see what else is more. So you're often going to see in this presentation, Robert, I see a laptop. I see a business in a box. Just wait, guys. Just wait. You're about to see something pretty cool you've never really seen in the industry. So, well, actually, take their word. Let's erase never. You've actually never seen it. Never, ever. Okay, because no one else does it. It's not a matter of actually or maybe you haven't. It's actually never you've seen it. So, we actually don't ship a thing. It's all digital, except for keep around. There is a physical bonus. Yes, there is for fast action takers tonight. So we sell the tools that everyone needs in the industry. And that's what's cool. We actually help. We said there is a million systems out there. Everyone says they're the best, but guess what? Are they really producing results? Are they really being flexible to any other system or any other company? Can we actually make them win too? And so the best thing is, Mom said this best one time to me. She says it's one thing you're giving a place business, but to amplify their business is another thing. So it's one thing, going to the gym. I just got to the gym. But it's another thing if I were to put a pop machine or some, healthy drink alternative machine in their place that brought more traffic in. People are always looking for what will make their life better. And so that's why we discovered the problem. We found the issue online. And so we said, well, the good news is you actually are getting paid because there is a problem. There's not the systems that do that. You're getting paid 100% for actually reselling what we have. So it's really cool. And we broke it down to 4 levels. There's actually 4 levels tonight that you will join. There's a 200, there's a 500, a 1,000, and a $2,000 commission level. All right. And all of those actually are 100% commissions. Now, you are on your own journey, right? We have our own built-in system, how you want to be flexible with it. You have an instant payment system that we actually never take in any of the money. So it's not like it's held up in PayPal or held up in an escrow account. It's actually a peer-to-peer actual payment system. And so you can actually accept things like if you want a messenger pay, you want a Venmo pay, Bitcoin. I got paid LaDonna, actually. She paid me an XRP. Awesome, right? I mean, you can get paid how you want because the system has that list. You can fill it out how you want. And so it's really cool because we have a self-serve business as well. And so everyone has this business and they actually can have it where they can, log in at any time. And Mom wanted to cover this. Mom, if you want to explain the sales here and what happened here.
Yeah, so essentially I have an admin portal, right, where I send out the emails. So I'm sending out the emails for everybody, but then that actual screenshot is all the people that are joining. So I get to welcome them automatically. I could be watching my granddaughter or whatever I'm doing during the day, and those emails come in. Now, when those emails come in, it means a member gets notified. So a member will get that email when the person, the prospect, right now they're suspects, right? Because they haven't joined yet. But when they pay the $47, that's when you get a notification. So the admin gets paid, the $47 gets paid, you get a notification that you have an incoming sale. Those are really, really fun. And especially with the busy time of the year starting up in the next couple weeks, September, October, November, like we're literally going to see boom, 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 all these people coming on. And of course, summertime's a little bit lax, but these are literally the screenshots that we've been getting since like 6 years now. So I can't even fit all of the members coming in. So I just wanted people to know that when I get that notification, a member's getting that notification where it says Get Fearless Freedom Buyer. That's a member getting paid directly to them. And again, like Rob says, we don't take in the money. I didn't want any of that 1099 stuff. I did not want to even deal with any of that paperwork and sending 1099s to affiliates. No. In fact, did you guys know that my training, people wanted my training and they wanted my DMO way back in I think it was 2018 when I launched the original Fearless Mama? They wanted my DMO. They wanted to know, well, how is Tammy doing all these sales all the time? So then I created a product and I wasn't even going to have resellers. Did you know that? Until I had people like Mary Beth and Crit, you know what I mean? Like people would say, hey, Tammy, can I resell your stuff? Because I really, really want to make some money with it. So that's when I said, all right, let's launch Get Fearless Freedom in 2019. But those screenshots and those sales are what we see. And then when we see one, our member does instantly at the same time. And then there's two payments. You pay the $47 and then you pay the level that you want to join at and the money that you'll make. So if you come in at the 2000, you're going to get all the levels. You'll get 200, 500, and 1,000. I just wanted to make that clear because that's one of the questions I get on the callback hotline. It's like, yes, you will get every single level if you join at the top. Now, if you join on the other way and you join at the 200 level, you're not going to get a $2,000 sale. It just kind of common sense, right? But you can upgrade. So I just wanted everybody to know that. Did that help, Rob?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it helps. And also talk about two
A very
payments,
simple
guys.
system. It's literally a simple system. And the thing is, it's two payments. So what Rob's showing you right there is it's a one-click setup. We've changed it. In fact, some of the people on here tonight hasn't even seen what we've done recently this year. So I wanted our programmer to literally, and he's still working on where it goes from a one click to then your Aweber or not. I don't use Aweber. Get
Get
Response.
response Aweber,
Aweber, there's the two
yeah,
there. But
it
we'll
goes through.
literally click, and you're done. Like literally, it is so, so simple. So when people say that they're not techie to me, I'll say, can you click a button to get on a Zoom? They'll say, well, yeah. I'll say, okay, then you can work Get Fearless Freedom. Because if you're able to get on this Zoom here tonight, who got on this Zoom okay tonight? Just put a 1 in here in the chat. Put yes, yes, I did, yes, I did. Then you can actually click and register to get Fearless Freedom and then click to tell us how you want to get paid, and then you launch your business. Like this business is what I needed 15 years ago, right? When I wasn't knowing what to do. I mean, when I was like down to my last 50 bucks, I didn't know what to do. So I got into a business. I went to the Barnes and Nobles. Anyone gone to a Barnes and Nobles before? Put a yes. Went to Barnes and Nobles, and I said to my husband, I picked up a home-based business magazine, and I'm going to talk about that towards the end. And I says, you know what? I really need to find something to stay home with the kids. Okay. This was, I think, in the dead middle of winter. I mean, when we had like snow, I mean, I'm just loving my life now because I do not like snow. But I literally went out to Barnes and Nobles, picked up a magazine ad, I opened it up, and I said, wow, there's a website that I'm going to go to. I'm going to check it out. That's exactly what we're doing still. 13 years later, I'm still running offline ads, and I love them. I love offline ads. To me, that's freedom. I don't know about all of you, but my age category, but who the heck wants to sit on Facebook all the time and message people back? That's not my time. That is not my way of freedom. My way of freedom is actually putting in a magazine ad or an offline ad and just letting it literally the system do itself. I might have to call people once in a while on the 800 number, but that's about all I'm doing. I'm not trying to be lazy here. I'm just trying to tell people that that's my life. That's how I want to live it in the next, decade. See what I mean? So anyway, unlimited campaigns, capture pages at any level, by the way. So if you join at the 200 level, and I have a couple people on here that wanted me to demonstrate this, which I will do that. I will log in my back office and I'll show you guys. It's literally so easy to set up a campaign for any other opportunity. And that's what makes Get Fearless Freedom different. Different than all these other systems that just resell itself, because I have more customers than I do resellers. And that's what makes it compliant. So whenever you're looking at a home-based business, you want to look at it like, does that company have more customers than resellers? And absolutely I do. I have some people actually that don't even want to be announced that they use my system. They don't want to be announced. They don't want their community or whatever, for whatever reason. I don't ask questions, but they just don't want to be announced. And I'm like, that's fine. Okay. But if you have a testimonial, let me at least share this testimonial without your name on a Zoom. Will you at least let me do that? Sure. I don't mind that. So I have a guy that won a big screen TV because my capture pages in traffic, in like the Solo AdX, the Udemy traffic, things like that. That one that Rob just showed you right there, that one right there, that converts 50% in traffic. 50 people opt in out of 100. Now, who has used this capture page on here, by the way? Everybody probably. It's crazy how that capture page converts, and it will never, ever get saturated, by the way, because in fact, none of the capture pages will get saturated because we can make unlimited ones back there. We can change it up. We can do whatever. So the system will never get saturated. So we have the highest converting pages in the industry, bar none, bar none. And if you ever see a capture page, like Rob's going to say, where you have a problem if you're using one of these, because a lot of the solo ad vendors, which I love solo ads, I'm running 2,000 clicks right now for about, how many people on here got their clicks going, by the way? Just put a 1. I'm running like 2,000 clicks right now this week, 2,000 eyeballs. Okay. So if my capture pages don't work in solo ads, then my members won't get leads and I won't have anyone to close sales. So you better understand that I literally am always looking at the capture pages. I'm looking at the capture pages converting all the time. So I'm always literally looking at capture pages and other systems, and I'm like, it ain't gonna work. So when I figured this whole thing out, when I finally, like the 2 years it took me, when I first started 13 years ago, I started using clean white capture pages. In fact, a friend told me about it. Okay, a friend told me about it. One of the vendors I used to use, now he's passed away, but I learned from him, and that capture page right there that Rob's showing has literally put that amount of money in my bank account. When I started using clean white capture pages on solo ads, on YouTube videos, on Facebook, literally people opted in like this all the time. And I was like, wow. So all those leads that you see me posting sometimes is because of my capture pages. Okay, that's why I like to see who's on the Zoom, because I like to see who's kind of spying on me. Because I've had a couple people rip off my system. Mary Beth knows what I'm talking about. But I've just had a couple people that say, oh, wow, she's on something here. So anyway, where you get the leads is in the back office once you join. I will not share my exact vendors. I just said to you guys Udemy, but I will not share the vendors that I've gone through, not on a free Zoom. Once you join, because it's not fair to my members, they paid to get this knowledge. So once you join, you'll get my list of recommended vendors. Okay, just so everybody knows, my traffic Rolodex. I just wanted everybody to kind of understand that this is a free overview. And then with the bonuses that we have tonight, like I said, the approach is you advertise, I close your sales. If anyone has any questions, they dial into the 800 number. It's very, very rare that I'm on Facebook Messenger anymore because, like I said, I'm doing a lot of offline ads, and then Rob has online ads. I'm doing TikTok videos now, YouTube, Instagram. So when I say online, I'm at Facebook. So these are the ads. Who else gives you 150 images like my son does on day one? Crickets, because no one else does it. I've looked. I've looked at other offers. I've looked at other communities. And for every single level, you're getting those ads. It doesn't matter what level you join at. You're going to join. Rob, you can explain from the 200 on up. If you join at the 200, you're still going to get all those ads, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, well, good explanation there, Mom. I really like when you talk the whole thing there, what you explained is really great. Yeah, because like, the foundation we built this on was the 200 level originally. The 2019 came
Mhm.
out and you start people getting people like Tammy, you're going on these leaderboards, you're going up and ranking to all these companies. What are
Yep.
you using? And my mom actually had to literally pay the programmer that built this with us, literally like what, 800, 700,
700
almost
to
1,000,
800
$700 to $800
every
per
time I
actual
wanted a
funnel
capture
you
page.
guys create.
Yes.
Every single one you guys get to create unlimited now. We actually twisted his arm and actually did it. And
Yep.
right. And actually was able to do that and get this capture page system going and the ability for us to rank to leaderboards that, we flash screen show you that we are able to do. Mom and I still to this day, even with this guy right here. The best part is you can actually upgrade at any time. And so you're never pressured, upgrade at any time. You can do that. And then we have the next level is the mastery level. All right. So the 500 level, that's what we have. And we added some more to the pot. We really said, okay, we understand that not only is 200 great, but like imagine making a 500. Just, I want you guys in the comments. I love the audience, right? But type number 500 if that would literally change your life immediately tonight, getting a $500 sale. Literally, imagine that. $500 right now. Boom, Cash App. $500. Well, that matters because it does. This is the economy we're in, right? And so what we said to ourselves, Mom and I, is we said, how do we add the value of what people, the online space needs? How do we give them software like this, right? The Craigslist auto reply software. Or how do we help real estate agents out there, right? There's friends out there that are going to need leads and they're going to probably post on Craigslist, but imagine making $500 by reselling it to them, right? You never know what someone will say if you don't ask. So that's why we have this really cool software that helps those local businesses making money to sell to businesses in need, right? And we also have a little extra stuff, we throw into the pot as well. We're making a good soup here, right? But we actually have an ability to show you where, a lot of you guys have watched. I'm sure a lot of you ladies on here have watched your husband, like, husbands or, friends or whoever, like they're like, oh man, I'm watching Pawn Stars tonight or I'm watching Storage Wars. Well, guess what? They don't tell you where actually those websites are or places to source those kind of things to find and flip. Well, guess what? Dad and I, we actually like that. We actually go to places like the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas, and we said, well, where are these places online? And we actually were able to source many places that actually even have gotten us a Harley Davidson right here. We're flipping actually in the process of flipping it. And we got that for actually only $4,500. It's a actual $18,000 bike, and we got it for 4,500. So we flip stuff all the time. You just got to log in, right? And actually look at the websites that once you get that level or you are at that level, Just log in and look right away. And then we also have our 1,000 right level. So this is actually really great because just imagine $1,000 coming your way because you're actually helping people. See the difference between selling to people versus helping. And so mom actually taught me that where if you can actually help people with these tools like the mindset stuff that actually people do need, and they need the training of YouTube and they need the top secrets that mom has actually built in the industry. And then, of course, all the other stuff that we add in at the 1,000 and the masterminds alone that we like to, include in our faceless YouTube training and video blueprint stuff, and even our masterminds that are in the past and are coming up. We train a lot on this as well. And we even found extensions that actually are really helpful that help any channel. So that's what's really cool. And of course, there's a lot of more stuff. I just have to give you highlights, but the 2,000 level is really where we said, okay, let's knock it out of the park. Like actually, let's like that. And we got it knocked out of the park here. And right here at this level, we said, okay, we know the economy, right? Mom and I knows the economy, but it's really a mindset shift, right? Because 2,000 is really not a lot, and it's also a lot, right? So we had to factor in everything, and we said the value we're going to give people, the resources, the modern day, the old age, all that marketing, and all the different resources and tools and stuff we found. How can we actually throw it into actually the pot? Right now, we have this beautiful lobster bisque with a French baguette and some tossed basil on top. I'm getting hungry here. Sorry. But a little bit. I'm just talking like I don't even know food that much. I just enjoy it. So, if you want to correct me, yeah, whatever.
He's a
I'm
good
just joking. But
he's a good food critic, but he
yeah,
makes yeah,
I'm a good food critic, but I can't cook. But I can
he
grill.
don't cook.
That's my joke tonight, right? But you know what? The thing is I said, what I can do is I can help you win online. I may not know how to cook, right? But I can surely help you figure out technology and how things work and how things function and plug together. And so mom said, well, why don't we take your
Totally.
knowledge? We take your AI knowledge that actually has a humanistic approach, not a actual robot approach, actually humanistic approach, and make it unique to the industry. How can we also take things like the videos and the incredible training that we have as well, and also apply it into and tie it in with our automation? And mom said, well, the ability for her lead specialist and her lead generation, we said, now we're going to create all these different co-ops. We're going to also have the ability for the 1-800 number that's included at the 500 and up level. So you can actually have the ability for my mom to actually close your sales. So, the big thing is we've beta tested this, by the way. We've done, I call it Santa Secret Shopper. And we said, hey, here's a lead, try to call it. And guess what? They didn't want to do it because the thing is we understand that people don't want to talk, but they want to make money, right? It's kind of interesting, right? A little buffer in between. So it's like we knew that this matters so much. So the callback process is taking that burden off of you, the ability for mom, and she only takes 20% of that sale. So really awesome
Yeah,
for
and
not ever.
let me just mention something. Like, this is the thing. Like, if you bring someone to our Zoom on Monday night, it's zero money to you. It's free. So if you bring someone on a Monday night, you happen to individually invite them and they're not on your list, for example, but you get a PM or whatever, you bring them onto the Zoom, I'm not going to take any money. Now, if I have to pick up the phone, I know it's weird, isn't it? But if I have to pick up the phone and take my time out, then it's 20%. So people, that's a little loophole I'm giving you here
Oh,
tonight.
wow.
Loophole,
Loophole.
loophole. But I'm just telling you guys that it's my specialty. I've been closing high ticket sales for 13 years now, and prior to me getting into this industry, I used to help my husband sell $50,000 corporate credit packages, 50 grand. So I would advertise on Craigslist for that too. So I got really, really good at lead generation, not only just with this industry, but prior to that. Because if we didn't, I don't know, did I ever tell you guys about the first business that we ever opened? Did I ever tell you about that yet? The first business we ever opened was what? Whoever puts it in the chat, you'll get a little surprise from me. But anyway, we opened up this business and we bought the equipment and we're like, wait a minute. We're not getting any. Mary Beth gets it every time. Another 50 clicks to your website.
Awesome.
I just sent 50 clicks to your members website for answering last Monday's trivia. So his site's getting 50 clicks. You're welcome. Just shoot me an email with your website. But yeah, so carpet cleaning business was what we started and we opened and we're like, okay, we got the equipment, but now what? So we had
Hmm.
to advertise. We had to advertise in the newspapers. So I mean, it's nothing different here. And I think the problem is that social media has really watered a lot of people down. Because what happens, especially in the past 5 years, is that we've gotten a little inherently lazy. And I'm not going to be mean about this tonight, but I mean, if you're not advertising and you're not getting traffic to your website, then you're going to say there's something going on, right? You're going to
Hmm.
wonder what in the heck's going on. So tomorrow night, I get to show and I get to see what you're doing, what campaigns you're doing, and how it's effective and how your business is being affected. See what I mean? So I've been doing this for many, many years and I've consulted a lot of people in this space, in the member to member space. So I can tweak it. I can show you what I do. I can show you the bridge page that I'm using, especially for the fall season. And again, we're going to go into Thanksgiving, we're going to go into Christmas, and we're going to do other, fun promotions and things like that. Right now we're doing the 10K challenge. Guess what? That's only 5 people. You know what I mean? Wait, is that 25? Yeah, I always get mixed up. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. 10K challenge. It's not hard to get these people into this opportunity, especially when I'm closing your sales. So it was funny because I did I hope I don't let me just I'll end the recording, but I'm gonna share something that I did the other day. It was right before the weekend, and I put a group chat together, and you both know what I'm talking about. And I started to say, Rob, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna, if you want to stop, we'll go into the bonuses, but I just wanted to say something real quickly. This is what I did the other day. So the number one thing, Mary Beth, do you happen to know what the number one thing that people are worried about nowadays besides techie?
Oh, traffic, advertising and traffic.
Actually, further beyond that than that, it's talking to people.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Getting on the phone and yeah, picking up, yeah, answering the phone, picking the phone, or having to call somebody and explain.
Yeah.
And,
Now,
answer questions and explain. Yeah.
exactly, because I did a little test because right now we're currently running a co-op and I did a test with two ladies on here on the Zoom and they know who they are. Three of them actually. Two of them were started to talk to me. The third one just was like, "Oh my God, Tammy's asking me to do something." Well, guess what? I started giving them leads that with people that call into the hotline. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm going to share my screen, okay? And I'm going to not show this number, but I literally just got, while we're sitting here, an 800 number call, right? Let me show you guys right here. See, I get the notification. I'm going to flap it real quick. See, and you know what happened? Oh my God, what do I say? You know, right? They start getting really nervous, but I'm like, hold on, it's okay. Give them to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, don't worry about it. I've already called them. I've already texted them. But that's literally what people are worried about. They're not quite sure how to answer questions. And honestly, Mary Beth, you and I've been doing this for so many years. We're used to
Yeah.
it.
It's just like it comes natural to us. Yeah. We don't even think twice.
Mhm. So
Yeah. We
we've
don't even
taken
think
that
twice.
fear out of that for the newbie. So here versus any network marketing company or any other opportunity, they can call the 800 number. And I'm telling you, since we added that last February, when Bob was actually really, really sick, I had just taken him to the emergency room. Everybody heard the story. I'd saved my husband's life January 31st. I had just launched the callback the next month. Donna, you probably remember it. And I was literally was like, oh my God, what did I just do? I just put all this work, extra work on me while Bob's in the hospital. Now he's of course feeling way better. He's out of, his issues, but I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I was a little nervous. So anyway, I trained a couple people when I had overflow, to do the callbacks. So You don't have to speak to anybody if you don't want until you come to my trainings. Like, again, we have one tomorrow night. We have a getting started training call. I mean, honestly, what is there to talk about? There's on a callback. They're literally what they ask me is literally, how long have you been in business? What are the levels? Can I upgrade anytime? Which is right on the website, right? Can I upgrade anytime? What else is it? How to get traffic, which that's all the training. That's what GFF is. It's packed of training of how to do this and how to market. So I just had to say it was pretty crazy to think that, I talked to them and they didn't bite my head off. But when the shoes get reversed, they're thinking that someone's going to bite their head off, and it's not the truth. It's actually, people are so amazing. They're so happy to get a call back. They're like, you know what they say most of the time to me? Oh my gosh, I'm talking to Tammy Montgomery, the fearless mama. And I'm like, you sure are the owner of the company? I says, I sure am. I'm real. This is not AI. I'm sorry, I'm old fashioned. I will always pick up the phone and always speak to anybody if you want me to. So until until things change and we're all like wanting to just do everything digital, no, you can always call the callback hotline. So anyway, did anyone want to share before Rob goes into the bonuses? Mary Beth, did you want to share tonight? Anyone else want to share tonight? I did end the recording, by the way, but I can start one up again.
Oh, yeah.